Hi everyone, welcome back. So this is Deborah Kapenda. I am your girl, here to share with you everything that you need to know about everything. So today we're going to be discussing tips I wish I knew when I was or is still in uni after my 7 years of experience. I will be sharing you tips and tricks, and I hope you find it as insightful as I think it is. Okay, tip number 1. So first, you need to be able to practice self-care habits. If you were coming from an environment that didn't emphasize exercise, sports, social activities, interactions, you need to pick up those habits as soon as possible, okay? As in today, after this video. You need to find what works for you. Either you're going to take a walk, either you're going to go on a running, either you're going to do a sports team. If you're in residence or in a PSO, you want to be able to find out what activities you're doing on a weekly basis, a bi-weekly basis. Find what makes you move. If it's dancing, you go for it. But you need to take care of yourself. That's on a physical aspect. But there's also other aspects. This include your spiritual aspects that need to be cultivated. Your soul. How are you doing? Then you have your mental capacity. So either if you're reading, if you are engaging with some sort of brain stimulating activities, yes, go for it. But also occupational well-being, self-care in a sense of, are you thinking of what your next year looks like? You're planning 2 months down the line. Occupation wise, are you going to your career services, trying to gauge how your modules really add up, meeting up with your lectures, seeing what other possibilities there are with a particular module? Perhaps you're thinking of majoring in something. Think along those lines, but take care of yourself. You are important, and once you feel good inside and you feel good outside, then you're able to do your best and achieve what you wanted to achieve all along in uni. So that would be tip number 1. Tip number 2 is to set your goals. What is it that you want to accomplish this year? What is it you want to accomplish in the next few weeks? What is it you want to accomplish in the next month, in the next day, or right now? You need to be able to have a long-term vision, but also break it down into little nuggets such that you achieve something and you feel good about yourself and you gain those endorphins that you really want, because it'll get hard. It'll get hard when the test comes out and you didn't do so well, or it didn't meet your expectation. And the amount of other disappointments that will be coming. But if you have set out your goals and you're moving towards something that gives you something to look forward to, great. That is tip number 2. And tip number 3, what you want to be able to do is network and make friends. I cannot emphasize how important this is. Right, so what happens in uni when you come or you're inside is you are studying with your classmates who will potentially one day become your colleagues, your partners in crime, whatever it might be, close friends. Essentially, but don't always think of wanting to make the closest friends, like your knit friends, right? Yes, those are important, but you also want to have acquaintances, people that you can always call back and say, hey, how do you do this? In the future, they might be sending you some job informations to apply for, or you might be starting a business with them. So you really want to be opening up your network, right? Because these people are there so that one day you can say, hey, I have an occupational therapist on the line. You have a doctor friend there, an accountant there, or lawyer there, an engineer there, data scientist there, an economist there. Like, you really have a pool of people. So really try to not be a people pleaser, but to be in good terms with people, you know what? Like, get to know the people that you meet with, because you never know what happens next. And I'm emphasizing all this important because right now you really need people. Okay, and tip number 4 is to ask. Ask. You need to be able to ask plenty of questions. And why is one of your important questions. Why is this done? How is it done? Where is it done? With whom is it done with? All your why questions, all your questions, bring them to the tables, because that's the only way we learn, right? You don't want to be one that just takes information without knowing why this particular information is important, how to use this information. You only get that type of help if you ask. And this leads to the second part of the same tip, is ask for help. Don't think you can do this life thing on your own, this uni thing on your own. Whether you are doing it from home or you're going into classes, hybrid, whatever it is, you need to get the support system that you need, right? That's your close friends, but support system with regards to mentorship, right? With regards to tutors, with regards to your lecture relationships. Find people that you can ask and they don't look at you down like, that's a dumb question, because it's not a dumb question. It's something you want to know. So go for it and ask the questions. Next tip is to study. You need to study. So studying is important. Why? Because you came to uni to learn, to become a sponge, to get as much as you can. Information is very important, you know what I mean? So find your study partners in crime. Get your study venue. What time works for you, sis? So be flexible enough to wake up in the morning and to say, okay, today I'm going to experiment. When am I most productive? When am I hungry? When do I need a break? When do I need to exercise, right? So you might be watching a lot of morning routines on YouTube with people, that have cultivated their morning routines. What you now need to do is find what works for you, and you are flexible in, and it changes, you adapt to it, but it needs to be personal and personalized to your needs. Right? So find a day where you are able to really navigate what works for you. Jot those times down, jot your moods in those particular times, and I think this will help you in your study patterns. Either you're a night owl, either you're a morning person, either you're an afternoon, hot sun type of person. You do that. Make sure it works for you, because studying is important. Prep for your classes. So a study tip I can put in here is to, your slides come out on Sunlearn or whatever platform, university platform you're in. Your slides, your reading come out. Skim through those readings quickly. Say, okay, cool, this is what the class is going to be about. I know this, I don't know this, right? Then watch a video in relation to that particular topic or question or context that you want to develop before class, right? Then go to your class, write down the notes that the teacher is saying. Maybe if you already had questions that you probably have, write it down, take notes. Then what this is going to happen is, once you're studying for the exam or prepping for an assignment, you've already gone through the slides once. You have what your lecturer thinks is important, and you've watched someone else explain the concepts to you, so you're really much all-rounded. And I think maybe that will help you in your study preparation. If you can't prep for class, go to class anyway, take the notes, then afterwards find other external materials that complement the work, and hopefully that builds up your understanding of the concepts. All right, I think I have given you, 5 critical skills. So to recap, self-care is important. You need to be able to take care of you. You are important. Network, build those relationships that you need in all areas of your life. Ask as much questions as possible. You can write comments down below if you want me to answer any particular questions or make videos that you think will be helpful for you. Then I did say you should study. Yes, study. That's why you are here. That's why you've been chosen to be part of a particular whichever institution you are in. And I think that is about all the tips I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. And I hope that you are productive. See you in the next one.